All right, so some of these I probably so I get some of these classes mixed up sometimes. So I forget there's some things we didn't really discuss too much, and one of those is going to be number two. But we'll get to that. The first one is we already had the answer for that is Oai Letene, which is great. So the girl is going to be Letene, and then all we have to do is throw the who is in the front. Oai. Oai, who, who the girl. So where's my there we go. So Oai Letene or Oai Gang. Okay, so great. So it's real simple. All we do is we just put our noun phrase, Letene, and we just say the who in the front. All right. This is the one we if you got this, then great. I thought we went over it, but I think I mixed it up with the other class. So does anyone have this by chance? If not, then we'll go over this. There's actually a few different ways, maybe 3 different ways to say it. If you add slang, it might be 5 different ways to say it.
Oile mea.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, if we say Oi, then that's kind of like saying, in translation, we're saying like, who is this? And well, who's this thing? I think, but how do we say, how would we say what is this? I think I heard it.
Olea.
Yeah, yep. So that's a singular what? It's a singular what? Remember when we're saying our what's, it has to agree with our noun. So if we're talking about a singular what, then we have to say olea. If we're talking about a plural what, then we just say oa. Okay, so we have a singular what, oa, I'm sorry, olea. And then how do we say, again, there's a few different ways to say it. So how did you finish your sentence off?
Lea.
Olea, yep, that's one way to say it. Olea. Anyone have anything else? Again,
Lealinei.
Olea, Lene.
Linei.
Okay,
Lealinei
yep.
mea would be this thing, but
Yeah, what is this thing? So typically, like in Samoan, we just throw mea means a whole lot of it can fill in for a whole lot of different things, but it typically means like thing. But the thing just kind of substitute for whatever we're talking about. If we don't know what it is, we just call it a thing. So olea Lene mea. Or and does anyone have another way to say it? There's at least, like I said, a couple other ways to say it. But what if we were to say, well, does anyone have another way? These are probably the most common two that you'll probably hear.
Can you say olea na mea?
Olea na mea. Okay, so this is okay. That's a great. I'm glad you said it that way. So we have a singular what? And then we said na. You just say na, right? Na and then mea.
Yes.
Okay, great. So na is gonna be those. So that's a plural. We're saying a plural those. So if we wanted to say so we are saying what are those? What are those things? But we have to say it a little bit different. So which is actually leads to number 3. So let's just go to number 3. How would we say number 3? This is basically what number 3 is, except one difference. We have a singular what? So we're talking.
Without the na?
Yeah, without
oana mea.
Wanamia. Yep, there we go. I'm sorry, I
Without the
didn't. Yeah, I did hear something. Yeah, so it's Wanamia. So that's what are those? What are those? So we have our plural what as opposed to a singular what. So at first we had a singular what, but we had a plural things. Namia. So we have to have a plural what. So whenever we're talking about a plural thing, when we're asking what, then we say oa. And then we say, if we're talking about those things that's over there, we say na mea. So oleale ne mea. So that's what is this singular thing? But then we're talking about plural things, oana mea. So that's the difference with that. Great. Where are my boxes? Where are my boxes? Oh, someone said it up here. We said ofer lau tinipusa. Okay, let me copy that. All right, where are my and then tinipusa? Be honest, I never heard tinipusa or kinipusa. Well, no, I have heard that, but okay, and then here we have another one. Ofea opusa. This is I'm not saying that this is incorrect. I just haven't heard it like that. But the other way, Leah said Ofea a opusa. So I'm gonna leave that right there. And then so we have where, both of these we have where. This right here we have a singular mai, right? Singular mai, and then kingipusa or tinipusa. All right, so that's my and then box. What is tinipusa is does anybody else say it that way?
Tin box,
Oh, tin box. Okay, okay. Oh, tini. Okay, I
like
got it.
cracker cans, like the
Yeah,
cracker
okay.
cans.
yeah.
Right. Okay, I got it. Sometimes I have to hear other people say it, so then it makes sense. Because if I say it myself, then it doesn't catch on. So great. So we're saying the same thing, except only one thing. If we say lau tinipusa or kinipusa, then this is still a singular box, tin box. That's a singular one. And the reason why it's singular is because we say lau. We say lau. So, but if we take that away, that makes it plural. So this is a singular, that's plural. You see that? So, and that's what this is basically. It's the exact same thing. Except we're just saying like, whatever about moving boxes or whatever. We didn't put any context on it. So au pusa. But if we say lau, I mean in context too, if you're speaking to somebody, you might say lau. And then that'll, that could probably mean plural. And when you're speaking to somebody and they know that you're talking about multiple boxes, but we're gonna just be all the way technical in here. If you say with the L, then that's singular. If you take away the L, then that's plural. Okay. When did you come? When did you come? As I move this, I'll put this on that side. Okay. Anyone have this one? When did you come? Oh, when did you come here? Don't worry about the my. There's several ways to say it. I forgot we haven't talked about that. We're gonna talk about that in a few slides from now. So just sao. If you have sao, the my might have threw some people off. So we have it's a past tense when. Okay, someone has o anafea sa alu iai. Okay, o anafea sa alu iai. Okay, let me copy that. Oops, there. Okay, so we have our past tense when, all right? Then we have come, and then alu means to go. So we I don't know if you meant to put that in there or not. And then ei, or you might hear people say like oanafea, okay, oh wait, we have to put the u. Where would you say the u? Because so far we don't have the u in here. If we're just speaking to someone, then it'll be understood, so we wouldn't have to put it in. So we could, we could just leave it at like that. But if we were to put you in, how would we say that? Awesome. Okay. Es out. Yep. Es out. Wanna face out. So it's you might probably just hear it like this, like wanna fe o anafe esawai, or if someone were to say ei, it's like when did you come to here? So you might hear it like that, but probably would hear it like that. Oana fe esawai. Oana fe esawai. Oana fe na oh yeah. Oana fe na esawai. Yep. So That's another way. So if you say anafia, that's automatically we're talking about past tense. But to be honest, more than likely I would probably hear na esawai. Na esawai. Just the way that Tomasi said. So o anafia na esawai. Okay, so we put our tense marker in there. It goes right there. So, and just to stick with what we normally do, so this is our past tense when, okay, o anafia. The na, that's our tense marker, it's a past tense. The that's gonna be our subject pronoun, right? Does all this look familiar? And the sao is our action. And then the I just comes after because whenever we say when, past or future, we would throw in the I or the EI. Okay. Awesome. Well, again, you might hear people leave it out because it's understood because anafe is a past tense. You might even hear people leave out the but we're just gonna put it all in there just so that you know where things go. When will you go? When will you go? How do we say that one? You guys are doing great, by the way. So we have oops. There's a future when. Anyone remember how we say when? It's a couple of different ways. We have the o affair,
Ofia etialiwai.
ete alu ei. When will you go to it, or when will you go? You might hear even people say aluai, but just keeping in how we do things in here. So it's a future tense when, and then ete, that's our you, and then go, and it's like that's our action, and then our location is ei, to it. But again, you might hear just people that abbreviate it aluai. So aluai, aluai. But I normally probably would just say it all the way out o afe ete aluai, like that. So if you have any questions on any of this stuff, let me know. We're kind of gonna go right into our next quiz. What we're gonna do for the next, like this week, is just do like all review things so that we can feel comfortable doing, writing things out on our own, and then hopefully eventually speaking things, and doing some listening exercises. We also did what do you call those? Helping verbs. We did helping verbs last week. So let's do these together. I know this is it looks a little different, but trust me, you guys know this stuff. So we usually go to Monterey in December. We usually go to Monterey in December. So this is Masani is usually, so that's our helping verb. And then a plural go is gonna be O. O. All right. So we usually go. So I guess this is what we'll do. I'll read it in English and then let's take I guess a minute or two to figure it out, and then we'll go over it together. We'll just do each one of these. We're just gonna do a bunch of reviews together. So yeah, go for it, and then we'll come back together. Oh, good point. Thank you. Okay, so the we can be, we'll just say it's gonna be 3 or more people, exclusive. So us 4 people and not you, so exclusive. That'll be my toe. Yeah, I'll just write it in there. My toe. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. Hopefully, we'll do it another different way if it wasn't enough time or if it's kind of awkward the way we're doing it. So does anyone have this by chance? If not, we'll just do step by step how we come up with a sentence like this. You see in the chat. Oh. Okay, so again, this is how we've been doing things, right? What's our tense? What's our tense in this statement? Exactly. So it's a present tense. This is what we usually do. It's a present tense habitual action. So tense, action, subject, location, and then time if we have that. Okay. So our tense is going to be a, right? Now we have our helper verb. So our helper verb is going to be masani. I should type this up. Masani. Okay, this is the new part that we just learned last week. So we have our helper verb, and then we connect it with what? What's the word that we connected with? I don't know if it's a word or okay. Masani o mato o. Okay, great. That's pretty good. So we have masani o mato o. So there's one thing that we need to change on this, but this is really good. So our main verb is going to be the o, or to go, and then our helper verb is masani. How do we connect masani with our main verb o? It's going to be with this right here. This is how we connect it, but it wouldn't be o. Maybe when people are speaking really fast, masani o mako o. Well, I don't even know if they would say it like that, but onna. So masani, onna, and then yep, onna. And then so this is how we connect masani, usually onna, go. Right? Now look at this. The mato, that is our subject, right? That's our subject. So even if we took this away, the masani onna, we have tense and then our subject mato, and then we have o. There's other ways to say this as well. This is kind of like the basics. People might even say it different ways prefer. So masani onna mato o. And then what's the next part of this statement? So we have our tense, we have our helper and the onna, then we have our subject, then we have our action. Yeah, this is actually like oops. Subject, action, location. What would be our location?
Monterey.
Monterey, yep. And then because it's a location, how would we introduce it?
E.
Yep, E Monterey. And then how would we introduce December? Remember months? That's time is kind of like it's the same. We introduce it with prepositions. And sometimes we can just say it as well. But whenever we're talking about months, how will we introduce a month? The preposition ya te semba, how we say te semba. I manere ya te semba. E masani ono matowo, I manere ya te semba. Was that? Does everyone get that? Really, the only new thing that we did here is we added the helper verb and the onna. The helper and the onna. Everything else is tense. In this case, we have our subject, we have our action, we have our location, and our time. So that's how you can just construct all of these, these kind of helper verbs is just tense. And then the salt, if you wanted to say it that way, if it's a common verb, I'm sorry, a common noun, then we would have a tense, and then we would have the action, then our subject after that. So this is like, if we were to say the boy usually goes to Monterey in December, then it would be E masanion na alu le tama I Monterey a te sema. Like that. Okay. Maybe I'll slow down on the next one. That might, let me see. No erase. Okay, how would you explain the situation? So fa'apefer is going to be like how. So that's our helping verb. Fa'amatala is our action. And tulanga is the situation is the, tulanga is how you say situation. Okay, so how would you explain the situation? It's going to be present tense, right? Eh. And then how would you explain the situation? E fa'apefer. Okay. And then after fa'apefer comes what? That would be our
Ete,
yeah, so yeah, there's another way to say it. E fa'apefer. Well, actually, let's go back to let's do it how we were doing. Then we can add the variations because I don't want to confuse anybody. So if we say fa'apefer, how do we connect the fa'apefer to our action? Onna.
Onna.
Yep, fa'apefer onna. And then so we have how, and then our connector, and then what comes after that? Oops. We have a tense. So here's our helper and our connecting word. E fa'apefer onna. And then in this case we have you. So we can say this a few different ways. Let's just go ahead and do the T-salt way, where we have our subject. So you is going to be E, so singular you, and then after that comes what? Action.
Pamatala.
Matala. E fa'apefer onna e fa'amatala. You know what I'm trying to spell. And then we have this situation. So it's not necessarily like a location phrase, but it's going to be another subject. So e fa'apefer onna e fa'amatala, and then so we would have the I probably shouldn't have used this example. And then how we say this situation.
Lene tulanga.
Lene tulanga, yep, thank you. Lene tulanga. So these are all things that we already done before. The only thing that might be throwing you off is just adding the helper verb and the onna. but everything else we've already done. There's several variations of ways that you can say this. It doesn't have to be the e. There's a way to say it with the e te. There's a way to say it with the oi. Someone said something up here. What part is you? So the you is going to be right here. So it's like that. So that's where our you is. We could also actually say yeah, okay, yeah. So we could say oi as well. So if we said the oi, since you brought it up, let's just go ahead and word it that way. So you can blurt it out while I'm trying to figure out how to do this technical stuff. So do you have e fa'apefea ona fa'amatala? Any guess where we
Does the oil like go at the end of the sentence then?
well, yeah, it would come right after Fatmatala. So you might hear like Fatmatalai. You know, some people might throw the I in there. But if we did oi, it's gonna come like the same way we've been doing everything else. Tense, and we have our action, and then now we have two subjects. See, we have two subjects here. So we have you, and then we have this situation. So the same way that we did it in week number 2, that we'd have oi, and then we have the ne tulanga, right? But then how would we say that if we have two subjects in a row? If people are just speaking really fast, they might just leave it out. But if we were to say and spell everything out, how would we're missing something? Did you
Is it like I te or something? Because no, that's what the months. Okay, never mind.
right? So if we remember when you have two subjects and they're back to back, how do we identify the one that's doing the action? Is this situation explaining you, or are you explaining the situation?
So is it like a possessive preposition that we're missing?
I
Or
don't
no?
know. Well, no, you might be right. I don't know how we call that, in the like English stuff, but remember
Yeah.
the
Is it
that
like
that's
A or O? Oh, is it like the A or O?
oh no, so yeah, those I see what you mean now by possessive preposition. No, not like that. This
Okay.
is who's showing us who's doing the action, right? So we have you, because we have two subjects here. So we need to identify who's doing the action. So we have you, and then that's subject number 1. Subject number 2 is Lene Tulanga. So to identify which subject is doing the action, we got to mark it with the A. Okay. Some people, especially when they're just speaking casual Samoan, they probably leave it out. So, but if I feel on the Fatmatala ai e oe Lene Tulanga. So how would you explain the situation? But the thing is, we have you and we have this situation, and it's two subjects back to back. And to identify which subject is doing the action or the one that we're requesting to do the action, we have to mark it with the A. Again, people don't always say it, but that's it's just a principle of the language. We have to mark the doer of the action with the A when the two subjects are right there next to each other. We don't have to do it here because they're separated by the action. E fa'apefe ona e fa'amatalai lene tulanga. You see, so because they're separated, we don't have to say, we don't have to say e fa'apefe ona e fa'amatalai. We don't have to do that because they're separated.
Oh, so is the top sentence still correct? It's just like they're split up so you don't have to add so many different
Exactly.
things. Okay. Okay. Cool. Thank you. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay, good. Yeah, it just takes a lot of repetition and practice because you know, the rules are just different in Samoan, that's all. And then when you start adding in slang and all that kind of, things where people leave things out, it can be confusing. So But again, it just takes a lot of practice.
Perfect.
So-
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So let's just do this last one, just to make sure people at least have some sort of grasp on it, if not a thorough grasp. So you need to ask your mom, our mom. Okay. Again, there's a few different ways to say it. You just say it the way that you feel comfortable with, but this is again something that's present tense, something that needs to be done. So what would be our tense marker? We'll go through these one by one. Tense marker. Same with same with the
Tao.
other one.
Yeah. It's a
It's a
tao
tau.
na.
Yep. That's a great start. So it's a tau ona, if I prefer ona, emasani ona. Yeah, all of these kind of start the same way. The helper verb ona, and then we could either go right to our action, or we could go if it's a pronoun, and we do have a pronoun. So it's gonna be you. We don't have to say it right here. We could say it afterwards, like in the last sentence, but if we were to let's do it both ways. If we were to say you right now, then what will we say? It's a singular you.
Eh,
Yep. It's a tau ona and then what comes next? What comes
Siliat.
next? Vesiliatu. And then it's a tau ona, vesiliatu. And then facili is one of those actions that go to because you're asking to a location. So how would we say
Matutina.
tato.
Oh,
But you might hear say a little slightly different if what's another way. So this is itato tina. So this is like our mothers, if if we want to be technical. But if we want to say our singular mom, how would we say that? And there's actually several ways to say it. Remember le?
Is it lay tato?
Il est tato tina. So that is our mom, our singular mom. So we're talking about us three or more people and our singular mom. If we're talking about our multiple moms, then it would be I tato tina. But to make it a singular, it would be like that. Or if you want to be more formal, you probably hear with like the O class, because the mom is going to be O class. Ilo tato tina. And that's the way that you'll see it in the Tusipaia. And we will have, if we get there, we do have an example out of the Tusipaia, but you will see possessives like this all the time. Instead of le tato tina or le tato tama, it would be lo, because they would say it with like an O class and put that sort of reverence on it. Okay. All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Let's go to the next slide here. Okay, so that's why I wanted to wait for the my part. Whenever you have they're called directional adverbs if you want to be fancy, but really just right after the action, if you put certain types of adverbs after the action, it just adds a little bit more description to the verb. And in this case, we're talking about direction. So if I say, Ote savaliatu I le potuai. Potuai is going to be like a restaurant or eating room. But yeah, the room where you eat at. So I walk to, so I'm walking to the dining room, the eating room. Potuai. Ote savaliatu I le potuai. Okay, so savaliatu. If I savali mai, I'm walking from somewhere. In this example, so if I'm walking from the location, sa ia malanga mai Samoa. So he or she was traveling from Samoa. So Malangamai, Malangamai. So you travel Malanga, but if you travel from, then you're traveling, from a location. In this case, the location is going to be Samoa. If we say Malanga Atu, I don't know if I've ever heard of Malanga Atu, but technically, yeah, if you put an Atu after it, then you're traveling too. Okay. Ane is going to be beside the location, So, enofoane le tama I le tene. So, nofo is going to be, in this case, I guess it could be sit or to live. Nofo can be to sit or to live, but the boy is sitting beside the girl. Okay, the boy sits beside the girl. So ane is just going to be like beside. That's the direction of the action. And then we also have esse, one of the first directional adverbs I learned in life. People would say alwese, like go away, get away from me. So asea sa ia savali esse yeah, so esse I mai lekesi. Why did she walk away from the desk? So why, and then we have a past tense, and then she savali esse, walk away, and then there's our I, and then my is going to be from the desk. So sometimes you might see like walk away, and then oh no, wait, I'm mixing up two things. This is a whole location phrase, from the desk. So savali esse, walk away, and then from the desk. Okay. Ifo is down. Ifo is down. So we also say like ilalo o. That's one way to say something. But if you put it right after the action, so tamoe is to run. So past tense run is ran, and then we have tamoe ifo. Um, your brother, the steps. So your brother ran down the steps. So ran down. And then ae is up. So it's just ifo, down, ae, up. Ua,
Down.
wae, le ngaka, or ngata, ile maunga. So the snake, and then has gone up the mountain or up the hill, pending. So that's all the directional adverbs are. So just practice whenever you're writing your stuff after your action. If you just want to, put a direction on it, just put one of these directional adverbs: atu, mai, ane, esse, ifo, and ae. Okay. We already learned about le, because le, if you put it in front of an action, is going to make it a negative action. So ote le fia alu. So fia alu is want to go, and then maoi, with you and you. So I don't want to go with you. I don't want to go with you. Ote le fia alu maoi. Ua le fa'ataitai e le faifeau le launga. So we have not practiced. So fa'ataitai is to practice, or yeah, in this example, it's going to be like to practice or rehearse. And then we have two subjects. We have the faifeau. Most people are familiar with a faifeau. Faifeau is a preacher or a pastor. And then launga is like the speech they do at the church, or the speaking in front of the congregation. And that's where the e comes from, because we have le faifeau and we have le launga. So did the launga not practice, or did the faifeau not practice? The faifeau is the one that did not do the action, so that's where the e comes from. Ua le fa'itaitai e le faifeau le launga. Okay. And then leo is a present continuous negative. Okay, if that makes sense. It's a negative thing that's continuing to not happen. So if I say eleo moi, moi is to sleep. And then if I say eleo moi, then it's not sleeping. Le tamatiti. So the kid is not sleeping. Eleo moi. Eleo moi. If I say Fatmalositino is to exercise, and then leao is the team. So eleo Fatmalositino leao. So not exercising. The team is not exercising. Okay. Not exercising the team. So it's a present continuous negative thing or negative action. And le'i is like a past tense. And I know there's a lot of different negative things to remember, but it just takes practice. So if I say ele'i sao, sao is to come. And then if le'i sao, so it's not come and in the past or not yet. La upele, my love has not come. And then it can also be translated like not yet. Ele isau la upele. So my love has not come yet. You can say it like that. All right, 10 minutes. Here's some more connecting words, and it's just gonna help you connect phrases. So if you're pretty well versed in making a sentence with the tense, action, subject, and location, and you want to connect. So here's several ways to connect that we're going to go over. All right. I is but. Ote alofa iletene. I love the girl. Ote alofa iletene. I. Here's our I. But. Le fia la nasoa. Le fia. So that's our but. And le fia, not like or not happy with. Lana, her friend. Soa. So ote alofa iletene, I le fia lana soa. So that I is just connecting both of these phrases. All right. I pay tai is however. So na talanoa letama. So the boy was speaking or having conversation. However, sa fa'anoa noa. So past tense fa'anoa noa is to be sad. And then he was sad. So the boy was having a conversation. However, he was sad. Okay. Na talanoa letama ai peitai. Sa fa'anoa o ia. And then ma is just we talked about ma in a few different ways. Ma also means and. So ta tote talanoa. So we speak and mata ile fiafianga. So fiafianga is like the entertainment, and makamaka or mata is to watch. So we watched the entertainment. So we had conversation and we watched the entertainment. So tato te talanoa, mata ile fiafianga. All right. Some more connecting words here. Pe or po. So both of these mean or. So pe, oh, sorry, po, we talk about po first. So ete fia. So you like letama. So ete fia letama poseisi. So or someone else. So remember like se and le. Se is just a non-specific. So we're talking about or, and then isi is like other. So if you hear someone say isi, then that's another. So ete fia letama poseisi. You like the boy or someone else? Okay. So whenever we're introducing like a noun, so se isi, this is a noun phrase, right? Se isi, another. O se isi. We drop the o and just say se isi. So that's a noun. Whenever it's like that, then we say oh. Okay. Whenever we're talking about a verb or an adjective, and I know this is probably a lot to remember, but just through practice, then it just kind of sounds more natural. So nate fia alu. So this is we'll just say she wants to go or no. So leai is like an adverb. Yeah, adverb. So whenever you see like or no or yes, then it would be like peleai. Na te fialu peleai. All right. So nouns are gonna be po. Adverbs, verbs, adjectives, stuff like that is gonna be pe. Okay. Another connecting word is or phrase is inaia. Inaia, in order to, or so that. So sa, here's another one of our helping verbs. So sa masani ono o fatmalositino. So fatmalositino is to exercise or make the body strong. So I usually exercise, and then in order to get the strength. So mawa is to obtain or to get, and then le malosi, the strength. So, but since we're saying sa masani, so it's the past tense masani. I used to exercise in order to get strength. Sa masani ono o fa malositino ina ia e mawale malosi. So I used to exercise in order to get strength. And then the opposite of ina ia is ina ne'i, in order to not. So e te tau ona e fa'avave. So you hurry. And then in this case, we have to tau. To tau is like, remember to should. So should, and then you hurry in order to not e tuwai. Tuwai is to be late. So e tuwai. So e te tau ona e fa'avave ina I'm sorry, ina ne e tuwai. So in order to not be late, you should hurry so that you're not late. Okay, a few more minutes. I guess we'll stop after this slide. Oh, well, we got one more slide. So haver ma is to become. So ote fia, and then whenever you see like haver ma, so that's like to become, and then a lawyer, say lawyer. So I want ote fia haver ma se lawyer. I want to become a lawyer. All right. This right here, you're gonna see in a lot of like songs and poems is epei, epei. And then you'll see like, they'll put a noun right there. And then it's like a noun. So epei, and then you just have your noun phrase. So ole tufa fine na tamoe, I'm sorry, na tamoe ai, epei o se cheetah, or whatever the word for cheetah in Samoan is. So ole tufa fine, the sister ran, past tense run, so ran, and then we have a bay o, like a cheetah. Okay, so I suppose she was fast. And then here's something that you see in the Tusi Pa'i all the time, and then we'll end it right here, is ole. Now this is different from le that goes before an action or an adverb. Remember, if we just see le before action or adverb, it makes it negative. But if you see o, le, and then it comes right before like a tense marker, for example, oh, it's already pulled up. Thank you. Olo'u, so that's my atali'i, son. Okay, so and then my dear son. So olo'u atali'i pele lena, right? So this is my dear son. My atali'i is son. Pele is like dear, putting affection on it. And then that, lena, that is my dear son. And then, so that's one part of the phrase, right? The second part is ua o fia iai. So I happy. So I'm happy. So if we put them together, we have my, that's my son, my dear son. I am happy. This ole right there that comes before the tense marker, this is saying like who I am happy with. So olo'u atali ipele lena, ole ua o fia iai. So that's my son who I am happy with. I'm happy, I send my happy toward my son. I'm happy and proud of him. So that's what the ole is. If you just and you'll see this a lot in the Tutsi pot. Yeah, that's why I bring it up. If you see the OA, so like if you take away the L, then that's gonna be a plural. Talking about plural people. So let me go back to our thing, and then we'll just go ahead and end. So if you see this right here, and it comes before a tense marker, right? Then it's talking about a singular person. And that ole is connecting. The first part of it is saying who they're talking about. And then the second part of the sentence is talking about just giving a description. So this is my son, ole, I'm very proud of. This or who I'm very proud of. But if we drop the L, then it makes it plural. Again, so oe, oe. All right, so we'll end it right there. Hang around if you have any questions. I know this is it has a whole lot of information in this, so don't feel discouraged. All we're gonna do Thursday, and if you guys come next week, I'll be here. We're just gonna review. We just start from day one and just go all the way down to here, to where we're at right now, and just do a bunch of review stuff. I'm sure you probably mentioned this in previous class, but is the app? No, the app. I couldn't afford to keep up the app, so it's on pause right now. It's very expensive to do the app and maintain the website. That's why I always have problems with it. But yeah, it's not there. But what I'm trying to do is transfer everything to the website. So right now I only have built up to week 4 of so like you can actually go in and take tests and stuff up to week 4, but then it's after that it just kind of like starts getting glitchy and it just pauses and stuff like that. So I'm still trying to figure out how to do it, but yeah, that they took the app from me because I couldn't afford to pay it. Are you in? Yeah, grants might help, but yeah, I'm not a nonprofit. I need to make it a nonprofit, but right now I just kind of take the money that comes, like when people pay for classes, I just use it to try to maintain maintain the site. Grants for profit also, yeah. Yep, yeah. Oh yeah, they're for profit. Yeah, I only know how to do it for the nonprofit ones, but yeah, I'll try to figure it out. I'll try to figure it out. But yeah, if you have a I don't like to ask people for money, but yeah, or sponsor. Yeah, I guess I could do that, but yeah, I have to figure out how to do it. I need to. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll figure it out. I don't know. I know Stanford has been asking, so I'm actually also helping other people to build their platform. So you know, I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out how to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'll keep going. I just need to learn how to ask people. I'm just not good at that. But yeah, if there's nothing else, then I guess I'll see you guys on Thursday. We'll just do a lot of just review from here on. Faftai 40. Thank you so much.
Yes, sacrifices for us all. After also.
Faftai lava. Faftai. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I could do the lavi style, but I don't know. I'm just not good at that. Yeah, everybody, it's hard right now for everybody. Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, monthly subscriptions. Yeah, it's just I just want to do like the teaching part, but um yeah, I don't know. To setting up the money and all of that, I don't really like that. I'm not really good at that part. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's some people that probably would. I just don't. That's my fault. I just need to get better at it. Yeah, Manuela Christmasi. Yeah. Yeah, if you're not gonna if yeah. Yeah, I'll try. I'll try. I really do need to get better at that. All right. Well, I will see everybody Thursday. If not, well, January classes it's always gonna be Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah, I don't have I don't know how to I'll have to set that up. I don't have one right now. Yeah, I'll do that and just put it on the website and figure it. I don't have a Venmo though. I'm still old school. It's PayPal and Square. Tap into okay. I'll figure it out. All right, if nothing else, Manuel Po, I'll see you guys on Thursday. Fa sa fuwa.
Ah, ah.